It's nothing special. It's just a big old blue jacket with
Let's see.
king on the front. Shit. I'm realizing how small it is now.
No, is that why you wanted me to stand up?
Oh god.
It's fitting.
Are you alright? That looks really uncomfortable.
No, it fits.
Yes, the strained voice is really selling that. No, it fits. Just
Wait, dude, I really dig it. We can go to gym in it. Then get hot and have to take it off because I will sweat. But
yeah.
I like the name. No, but people think I'm going to have a huge ego and they're not going to actually realize this is my actual surname. Like, what the fuck? Why is this guy walking around with King on his shirt? Oh, please.
I did not imagine you the type of person to wear Balenciaga sock shoes. Just
To be honest, they are not mine. I had a house party, and do you remember her Scott Bowman? He was a year above.
not really, but go on.
Okay, he slept. Okay, so let's explain the house party. Yeah, so for my birthday, I wanted to do an athletics day. I don't know, maybe some unsolved mystery, because last time I did athletics day, I was super unfit and I came like 5th.
Yeah.
And it was awful. I hated it.
Right.
But now you feel like I'm fitter and I like to compete. It's fun. So let me do that athletics day. How am I going to get my friends to do it? Oh, I'll stage it as my birthday. Even though my birthday gone months ago, I was like, let me just stage it as my birthday.
They don't know that. Just okay. Some friends, but alright.
But because when like the day of my birthday was the riots and the looting, so there was nothing really I could do except, I don't know, bunker away. But anyway, we had this race, 100 meter, 400 meter, 200 meter crossbar challenge, and obviously I won all of them. But afterwards, there was like a after party at my house, and yeah, forgot what the point of the story was.
You had an athletics day, wanted to see like you were still in shape.
No, but why did I bring that up?
I don't know.
What did you ask me before that? The
shoes.
The shoes. Okay, so one of the people that came was Scott Bowman. And Scott has the habit of just like partying, going hard. Like the past few times he's fallen asleep outside, he's fallen asleep by the fire. This time, we wake up in the morning, I'm like walking around the house like, damn, there's gonna be a lot to clean up. But I've already decided I'm not keeping any cups, I'm not washing any cups, I'm throwing them all away. Last time I kept them and I washed them, all the beer pong cups. This time I'm throwing them away, I don't even care.
Yeah.
So then we're going around, and then all we see is Scott's shoes outside my house, by the front door. They're just there by the front door. No sign of Scott, nothing.
He just kept his shit.
So I just kept it. I don't know where he is right now. Might be abducted, but so far I feel like I benefited from this.
Yeah. Oh, but the kind of guy to walk out of some stranger's house without his shoes is just. Oh.
Yeah, but it's funny because I've told him like I have them, and he's like, okay, cool, I'll come get them. And he just hasn't come yet.
Oh.
But I think he is gonna. I don't know.
They're sock shoes, man. You may have done him a favor to say.
No, the thing is, I've worn them like twice. They're the best things because they're so easy to put on. You just slip them on. I don't have to tie laces, nothing.
You and James Charles have the same taste in shoes. I don't know if you know who that is, but yeah.
I feel very, 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 very disrespected and slighted right now.
No.
Just an underhand. I was like, just because. You know what? I'm just gonna move past it. It's fine.
No, it's not a bad thing. James Charles isn't a bad dude. But yes, let us.
Yeah, but maybe it's more James Charles is his own guy. He's his own dude.
Yes.
And I want to be my own guy. I don't want to be that someone else. You know?
Yeah, but why would I say like, yes, Thomas, you and Thomas King have the same taste in, like, what the hell? Am I referring to you in the third person? Are you the Rock now?
Yeah. I like that. Look, I'm wearing my name on my shirt. I have to.
I think I asked you this last time, but like, this is like what we're doing now. This is pretty chilled, right?
Yeah.
Why were we never like this before?
Because I don't know. School's different. Like I wasn't the same person. I couldn't just chill with people. I always had to go do something. Like I want to, like probably that's why I was friends with Lloyd the most. Like we the same. We'd go and just go do crazy shit because you had to push the boundaries, push the lines all the time. So yes, it's there now. There's all this space to grow into.
How is Lloyd?
How is Lloyd? Lloyd is good. He's streaming on Twitch. Lloyd Chief XOXO. He said he's becoming an affiliated streamer, which means he gets paid every time someone clicks on his link. His game of choice is Apex Legends. I know nothing about gaming, and I just know that's the thing. So I'm like, cool, that's interesting. And he's top 300, which apparently is super difficult. Apparently there's a lot of players. I don't know. But yeah, he's meant to go to Mauritius at the end of the year, but he's not going anymore. And he also has to finish studying Mauritius next year. But now I don't know if he's going to do it or what. But because he's been doing online, like the online version of it here in South Africa, but there's a few modules that he has to be there for.
Right.
So there's some decisions to make. And his oldest sister, who's done very well for herself, stays in Joburg, and they have like a huge house, and there's a lot of pressure on him from her that he has to do something and he has to finish his degree. So we'll see what he does.
It's got to be difficult with like the pandemic and some of the world shut down.
Exactly.
This is an interesting setting. This place.
Normally these things aren't zipped down.
But it is really windy, so like...
Yeah, true actually. So it's probably better. The view is really nice. You know?
I do not understand like the theme because we got a big old bull skull and fish. Like, what is the lookout? Like, because my first thoughts is like, this is a dog.
Do you want anything to drink?
No, thanks.
No, I need that. Don't take my water bottle. Thank you. What is the lookout? It's a bar restaurant.
Oh, bar and grill. That's
yeah, and I can't believe that security guard came. I wish I knew. I would have been there to flick him.
Nah, obviously.
But you sorted it out.
Yeah, like basically saying like, hey, there was a suspicious guy that was hanging around here. He had a red coat, so he was asking like, you here with anyone else? Like, are you here like on your own? Because like, yeah, there was a dude around here. He was wearing the kind of clothes you are, so I'm asking like, hey, he was just doing his job. I can't fault him for that.
Yeah. And what did you say?
Is it like, oh, like, so like, you say I'm looking suspect, man. It's like, no, it's just like, you know, you dressed all formally and shit, but you also have like the Converse All-Stars, and like, O's with those shoes are kind of sketchy. So I'm like, oh, so you're saying I'm sketchy, man? Like, no. You just kept backpedaling, but like, you know, yeah.
At least you didn't see a mole, because then you would be like, oh,
yeah,
take you in
there's something
now.
really suspect going on here. Shit.
Yeah. That's funny. Anyway, at least you got out of it.
Yeah. But initially, I was thinking of like relaxing my hair because like it had gotten big.
Yeah.
But I actually got in the chair and I told the guy like I wanted to relax my hair, and he was like, "You sure, man?" Like, yeah, I'm sure. Why do you keep asking? He's like, "I don't think you have enough hair for that. Like, just."
Oh damn.
So like, okay, fuck it. Let me just like, cause he'd already started like shaving and shit,
Yeah.
and so like, okay, let's just do a mohawk then. Why not?
Damn.
No question inspires more doubt than, are you sure? Just, you sure you really want to do
when someone
that?
questions your choice, you're like, oh damn.
But how is everything, man? You still at, Redham?
Yeah, we're on holiday at the moment.
Yes.
It's just been nice. Haven't had a break for quite a while now. So this is day 2 of holiday, and I'm really like, okay, this is enough now. I need to go do some. Well, it's actually, it's today Wednesday, day 3. But it has been nice. I can't lie. I just get worried about if we can. I just wish I could go swim in the sea, you know. But I just don't know yet because no one really knows. Because of the one guy I do private coaching with, he's got like I don't know. Basically, how do you know if anything's true? Or you can just listen to what someone says and just think about it. So this guy told me that he went to the sea. I used to train him on the beach, and then he became allergic to the sun. And he also says I'm a schlunga because when the chemicals came out from the fire and the looting, it pumped into the sea and onto the sand. And apparently these chemicals are like carcinogenic, and they banned in certain countries like America and China and India. Banned, I don't know if China, but they ban America and India. And there's no real proof on how bad it's going to be yet, because they only know what the certain chemicals can do. Even those chemicals on their own are super bad, but they don't know like what happens once they've caught a light, how they've changed, and what if they've mixed together and what they do. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to swim in the sea. So I didn't swim in the sea, I chose to just look at it. That's how we had to look out.
I'm kind of glad I came here instead. Like initially the plan was that I would just go to your house.
My brother stayed at home
Right.
to do online school. And he gets distracted very easily, so
That would be a problem.
yeah. And he's also very loud.
So I keep hearing.
A loud person.
Oh, I am a little offended about one thing. You doubting my sincerity when I said, like, I would have asked if you'd...
Yeah, explain.
No, if you...
Explain.
Because you said, like, oh, yeah, I have to babysit my cousins. Like, a part of me was like, okay, let me ask him, like, you know, hey, you need any help? Because, like, I'll come down, you know what I mean?
No, I just found it funny. So the only reason I found it funny was because you were saying you're welcome to something. Because I was saying thank you for something, but that something didn't exist. That's why it was just funny to me.
Oh, dude. The fact my intentions were good.
I know.
That's what matters.
Okay.
I would have.
Okay.
I would
Okay.
have. But
Okay.
still, yeah. How's the girlfriend, man?
She's good. We have our 9 or 10 months, I think it's 9 months coming up on this weekend.
What, are you having a baby?
That's just the longest relationship I've been in.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's her mom's birthday on the 30th of September. I don't know what to get her, but I've organized a gift. It's gin and
This is
botanicals.
serious. I mean, you're at the stage in the relationship where you're like, oh, the mom is having a birthday. I feel I need to get her something.
Yeah.
More than just the
I
birthday.
think the only thing... Nah, I'm not going to talk about it on the podcast.
Probably shouldn't.
Nah. Amazing. But... Wow, the sea. It's good to look at.
Yeah. I remember coming here like 2020, not here, but like the beach in 2020. Like my mom literally drove us out there just so we can like stand there and like look at the beach and was like, this is nice. I mean, 2 years ago we wouldn't have done this in like a million years, but like that we've been cooped up inside and we can now go outside.
Yeah.
It's like, this is nice.
Let's go places.
Yes. Imagine being excited to hear like, okay, we're gonna go shop for groceries now. It's like, can I come with?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I know that feeling. But it's like it's pretty much over.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Like those that want to continue living life can, and those that don't want to generally don't. They just stay at home.
You think, I mean, given the loose restrictions we've had at like, what are we, level 2 now? I think
Yeah.
so. Given all like the loosened restrictions and shit, you ever think we'll go back to the way things were, or is it like,
No. I think it would be you have to it would be political suicide
yeah,
because no one wants it. Even the riots and marches in Australia, because there's hard lockdowns, people have reached their limit. But I don't like talking about COVID. I don't like talking about
politics.
it's been talked about. I don't mind politics, but COVID and the vaccine I don't like talking about because we know nothing. We literally know nothing. We
A
just,
lot of misinformation.
yeah.
Out there.
So let's talk about what movie have you watched recently?
Oh, quite a lot. I saw there was I can't I'm having trouble remembering his name now, but he's a great director. He did this Jason Statham movie, Wrath of Man. It was actually really good, action packed, but I found it really, really funny in the one scene. I don't know why. Because this isn't a funny scene, but just like this armored car pulls up in front of a restaurant and they're getting robbed. So the dude's like they fire paint pellets at the window. And I just found myself laughing because I'm just looking at Jason Statham and this guy, like, not saying anything at all, lips aren't moving, but you can hear his voice like, reverse, reverse, I can't see. Just, oh, damn.
That's funny. I started watching Hangover with my
Oh,
girlfriend,
dude.
and obviously I was getting so into it, but then she had to go. So now all I keep thinking about is like, when sometimes you have like this uncompleted thought?
Yes.
Like, I keep thinking, like, oh, I was enjoying this thing. What happened? Oh, I haven't finished the movie. Like, a few movies that's happened. Like, Chappie. I don't know if you watched Chappie.
Yeah, by
We
Neil
started
Blomkamp.
watching the beginning. I was like, oh, I haven't watched it so long. It's getting good. And then it gets to the part where he's teaching him how to shoot.
Yes.
And she's like, turn it off, we can't watch it anymore. And I was like, just wait. But anyway, it was pretty hectic. Oh, no, when he dropped him off.
That was it.
Yeah, when he dropped him off.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was intense. Chappie, yeah, it can really pull it out. It's just a robot.
Yes, but you feel
still,
for it.
Yeah. Just because they make it a little different with that ear, that antenna. And then another cool thing I realized about watching a movie twice is how like more intently you watch it and like you try and notice things you didn't notice before.
Yeah. Especially with movies that have huge twists at the end. Like, what? It was this guy all along. Then you watch the second time, it's like, okay, now I know it's this person. Let me see, like, where in the film it comes out.
Yeah.
There was this film with Hugh Jackman recently. It's called Reminiscence. I don't know if there's this device that allows you to like relive memories. Like you sit in this tub and you relive these like amazing memories from your past. And he like gets into a relationship with this woman, but one day she disappears and he becomes like obsessed with finding out what happened. It's got some pretty amazing twists, and it really does all it can with this concept of like if you can relive memories and shit, like what would you do? And like the police use it to solve cases, and they don't even bother interrogating people anymore. It's just like, well, get in the. We don't even need to like ask you questions. Just hop in and stuff.
Yeah, what memory would you relive?
What memory would I relive?
Yeah.
I mean, some pretty awesome moments have happened in my life, but like, if I had to relive a specific day, it would have to be like the last day of school.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't even remember that day. I think there was fireworks.
There was a firework, yes.
Okay,
It went
then I
off
remember
like,
that day.
it was like right near us. I think it was Bambi, but I'm not sure. Like someone threw it, because I remember McAvoy came down and he was like pissed that someone was throwing fireworks at this shit. But other than that, he was a chill principal on most days. Kind of goofy, but pretty good. I remember you got me with like this one. You ever like heard an insult that where you're like, okay, that was good.
Yeah.
I mean, that was insulting,
Yeah,
but that was
yeah,
good.
you almost have to respect it. You're like, damn, son, I gotta respect you for it. It was good. It was power. When it's really funny, that's when you just be like, okay, damn, it's good.
I thought I had you because like there was this one, we were talking about, so like I invited you to come to this party we were going to, and you had something else to do, and I'm like, so I said, oh, just as well, we already have like one gay guy coming, we don't need another. And you said, oh, I didn't realize you were gonna be there.
You gave it to me. You set me up.
I walked right into
I was
that
like,
one.
oh damn, it's right there.
There was one thing with, I can't remember his name. He was on lower campus. He was a big teacher.
Wiblin.
Yes.
The Wiblin. F9.
Yeah.
Then F8.
Everybody called him Big Show because obvious
really?
reasons, but yeah. So one day he was yelling at Sam, and because he was blasting a radio out loud, and he took the speaker from him. He yelled at him, and the final thing he said was, "You have no leg to stand on." And I'm just,
Thinking he has no
dude,
leg.
and he's got this big old boot
But who
on,
was
and
he
I'm just
yelling at?
thinking, neither do you, bro. I remember because you were standing right in front of me, and you were just like, that was.
He's yelling at me.
No, I was yelling at like some girl for the speaker thing, but like
Oh,
yeah.
some kilo. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he was crazy. He throw the brick, kick the brick, throw your book out the window. It was wild indeed, I will say that.
I remember like hearing that Woodland smashed his keyboard one time. Like
Yeah.
he got so mad he smashed his keyboard. And then at break, like Oz walked past and they saw him like picking up the pieces and shit like, yeah, you see? Yeah, that's what you get. Yeah, that's what happens. Shit.
Yeah. How many episodes have you done?
So far 25, but some of them are broken up into parts, so it's more like 40.
Oh, I see. So how long are the parts?
Well, sometimes, like, if it's really good, like, because I don't have a set time limit, so I break them up into parts. So, like, this is episode 25, part 1, like, it's an hour, because
Yeah.
we can talk for, like, a long-ass time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's going pretty well. Like, I looked at the analytics, and apparently I have, like, 182 plays in total. So it's
Oh, nice.
surprisingly good.
Yeah, that's good. 24.
Well, that's just on the new
And you only release on one place?
Yeah. It's a bunch of places. Anchor FM, Spotify, Breaker, Google Podcasts. Yeah, it's a bunch of places. And I
damn.
share them on Twitter, so.
Oh, damn. Okay. And you Reddit? You post on Reddit?
No, what is it with people on Reddit? You're like the second person to be like, are you on Reddit? Like, you should really be on Reddit.
I just, the only reason the community is so powerful there.
Yeah, so I keep going.
Yeah.
Other person that told me that was Mother Bongo. Like, someone like, dude, you need to be on Reddit. He's been telling me that for years. Like,
Malbong and Gosi.
yes. I am amazed that you say that right each time. Like, just, jeez. Like,
I'm a man of culture, what can I say?
yes.
Cheers.
So many people say that with like two E's. Like, just like, how do you mispronounce that? That is an I, not an E. But you know what really like got me? Like, just because the last time we spoke, it was at your place, and like, I genuinely, because when like we press record, I immediately wanted to yell at you. Like, just.
Why didn't you?
No, because this is part of the reason. Because it's like I laid out the rules and like, okay, like I don't like talking about politics. I don't like talking about religion. I don't use real names. And throughout the thing, we talked about politics. We talked about religion. But the one thing that made me want to yell at you is like right away you use my name, and I'm like this fucking guy. But then it hits me like, wait a minute, he said my name correctly. I haven't seen this dude in years, and he still remembers how to say my name correctly.
The one thing I always try to remember is people's names, correct pronunciation. But sometimes, like when I'm coaching kids, I don't want to. It's just hard. If let's have a conversation where we just remove emotion, all emotions remove conversation. We're just speaking what's happening, bird's eye view of what's happening. like when I coach kids, I don't know, it's weird to explain, but obviously maybe it's because I'm white. It's easier for me to say white kids' names. Indian kids, I struggle the most. I don't want to. I try my hardest, but I just cannot. So my go-to is, what's the beginning letter? That's your name. Beginning letter is your name. V. It's like Vasti. And there's Vasti,
Hey,
Vishni, and
okay.
Vasti, and they're all different. There's 3 different people. So V. That's what I gotta do to survive. And that's what I gotta do.
Personally, I just give kids nicknames, like just, damn, or like something distinct.
Oh yeah,
like,
you teach at Chelsea,
This is,
or you did?
I did. It was more like an assistant teacher thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, teaching practice and shit. I just give kids nicknames or like say something distinct about them, like, hey, you in the back, like like you with the bun or whatever, something like that. It's like these kids are kind of gullible. I'm not. It's just. I'm sorry, but kids are kind of gullible. I'm just sitting back and thinking, there is no way that we were this. Like, no way. Because like, at times I would like point out, okay, you, like, what do you have to say? And the kid would be like, me? I'm like, no, the other person sitting in your chair. Just, and they would generally look around like, what the
Shame, they have such innocent minds. Of course they're gonna do that. They
the
just
other
believe
person
anything.
sitting in your chair. Just,
No, but they believe anything. They're not even listening. Also, you gotta think they have stage fright because now the whole crowd's like, oh damn, the whole crowd's has tension on them, and they're not even listening. Nothing's processing. They're just like, I need to get out of this, okay, without being like ridiculed for the rest of the day.
yeah. What would get me is like when they would try to pronounce my last name. They would be like, it would, like the teacher would introduce me. At the end of the day, they're like, good afternoon and thank you. That shit we used to do back in the day.
Yeah.
So they would say the teacher's name, and then they get to my name. It's like Mr. Yes.
Just be Mr. P. Save the kids.
Fucking really, man.
Mr. P.
Uh, that only works if you have like a solid non-vowel name, like Mr. Rublaus, Mr. G. Like yes, Mr. G. That's a name you can respect. But Mr. P, it's just like really.
Wait, isn't Mr. P like a cleaning brand or something?
Is that Mr. Min?
Mr. Min. Oh damn. Be Mr. Pin.
It's just asking for jokes, man. Like just.
Yeah, well, what about Mr. Sir?
Yes, I do that. I
Mr.
definitely
Sir.
say like screw it. Just call me Mr. Sir. Like,
Yeah, Mr. Sir.
or I do enjoy break time sometimes because like it's pretty dull and uneventful, but I like whenever like a fight breaks out because you do get those tears that'll immediately step in, but I'm like wait, I want to see who wins, then I'm gonna step in just because nothing it's kind of dull out there. I'm like let me see how this plays out.
Yeah. That was always just like when it was fast and Northwood, people would be like breaking it up, and then everyone would step back. Like, we want this a fair and equal fight, but don't fight.
It was so much fun whenever a fight would happen because there would be that one guy that runs and was like come on dude, there's a fight going on. Like,
It was like, and they marched there.
what sucked is when it ended before you got there. Like,
Yeah, that was the worst. And when you were lucky enough to watch fight, then everyone would come to you, giving out the details, add on your own sauce. Yo, it's 3-on-1, I swear.
Remember the one time, I think we were in like grade 12, there was like this huge crowd forming as they were going up to upper campus, and we ran over there to see what's going on, and they were like, oh, it's over, bro. Like, what do you mean it's over? Like, the guy threw a punch, and that was it. He went down. Like, just, oh, fuck, I ran over here for that? Just,
Yeah, that was often the case. Very often.
Never got anything serious, but hell, it was fun. It was kind of fun to be there. So long as you weren't in the fight, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. The only time I was in a fight was when I used to. So it was Andrew Ellis, me and Andrew Ellis, and Jared Campbell and Timothy Ripnerain.
Yeah.
And Jared and it used to be me and Timothy on a team. No, So it would be us four, and we'd all be on a team. So it would be 2v2, and the teams would change all the time. But it was always more unfair when it was just me and Andrew on a team against others. Then I recruited Jared onto my team. Because it used to be, I think, Tyrese, Paul, maybe, or someone else. I can't really remember who it was. Because he just got beat up on it, and he was like, I'm out. So I recruited Jared. And then you have to get the other guy to tap. That's all we had to do. As soon as we got them to tap, then we'd win the round and it was over. So it would always end up being on like 2-on-1s, and then you would see your partner. When you're walking down to lower campus, you'd be on the top. You see your partner being taken out in the corner, and you'd have to sprint down to go save them, because you didn't want them to tap, because then that's a point for your team. You lose. And the one time our maths teacher was late, so we started fighting in the corridor, and Jared had Andrew in a rear naked choke. And his face is going purple, and he's not tapping. His face is going purple, his face is going tap. And then eventually I was like, Jared, just let him go. He's not gonna, just let him go. I was like, he's gonna die. And then he got up and immediately started fighting to continue. And Timothy ran to me, and as he ran to me, I just tripped him from behind, pushed him down, but he landed, and it like echoed through the corridor. And then we like all kind of stopped there. And Mr. Scott comes out. He's like, what are you boys doing? And then, we got a break detention, I think.
No.
For play fighting.
Seems a lot more serious than play fighting, but...
No, it was the most fun. Although the one time, we used to play... I think it was a card game or something. And I tried to punch Andrew in the shoulder. So imagine me trying to punch you in the shoulder, and I went... Bah! And I smacked him in the jaw.
I don't have to imagine that. I did that to you, of all people.
Punch me in the face.
I didn't mean to, man.
No, I did not.
I was genuinely aiming for your shoulder.
Right.
I didn't mean to hit you in the face.
It glanced off me like a water off a dust's back.
Dude, you hit me in the face with your bag. Like, what kind of shit was that? Dude, it just...
I did that.
Yeah, you did.
Sorry about that.
Because it was in...
Northwood is war.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Once you come back from corridor soccer, you're just ready for war. Corridor soccer is the most aggressive sport known to mankind. Your shins would get snapped in half, and you wouldn't care. You would snap other people's shins in half, and you would buy specific school shoes, the proper toughies, You don't want no pick and pay, no pep. You wanted toughies, and you just and you would have no grip, nothing.
They would wear the fuck out and you'd slide all over the place.
Yeah. But then you always get the one guy with the cats. Like the heavy duty
thick ass toes.
Yeah, and you're like, it's over. That there's nothing I can do to compare.
I remember the days when we used to play like Ishibo, where you'd get the ball through the guy's legs and then they'd kick the shit out of him before he like gets to the trash can. I remember the only reason we stopped that is because somebody complained.
Yeah.
Just like, really, dude, like, why take part if you're gonna complain?
Yeah.
Just, you knew what you were in store for.
Remember the battles for the court, like the quad. Who can play?
Yeah.
Games would be so intense.
Was that lower or upper campus quad? Because I mean, it wasn't like serious on upper campus, but they were like, okay, like who's playing now? But yeah. I remember the balls though. But we didn't have balls. We had like little pieces of paper wrapped in tape.
Because the rule was no tennis balls, no balls. But you're like, okay, we just have paper and tape. That's not the ball.
Yeah.
And literally it would. But do you remember Stop?
Stop.
That was the most intense game. So there would be like 50 people, and it would land up against like flat wall, like say that's a wall over there, and you throw the ball against the wall. It cannot bounce before it hits the wall. It has to hit the wall with no bounce. Okay, and if you go for the ball, like you motion to catch the ball, and someone else catches it, you have to run to touch the wall. The person who caught it can throw it at you. And also, if you threw it at the wall and it went out of bounds, someone can throw it at you. If you threw it at the wall and it didn't, and it bounced before the wall, someone can throw it at you before you touch the wall. But if you hit them in the head, then you have to go stand there by the wall. They got a free shot at you.
Damn.
It was the Indians came up with that game. It was the best game ever. I loved that game. But your arm would always hurt so much from trying to throw the ball so hard. You're practically ripping your arm out your shoulder socket.
Yeah. There was one game that I never understood, no matter how much someone tried to explain. Though I can't remember it entirely, but it involved like O's in our classroom because it was business studies and shit. They would just keep doing this all day. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Why is everyone walking in here like that? And when they wouldn't, somebody would go like, and they were just like,
that game.
what the fuck was that?
I've played that game. So
I
basically,
genuinely have.
you put your fist up to your mouth, like a blow dart.
Yes.
Okay. And if you call someone and they look at you, they make eye contact with you, and you go, you blow through your hand, that means you shot a dart into them and they have to freeze. No matter, until someone comes up to them and takes the dart out their neck. Like, you can only play it with other people that are playing the game, otherwise you can't play it. Because then you would just walk away and be like, fuck it. And like, the craziest motherfucking shit would happen to people, and they would just stand there. Like, Jared, people would unbutton his shirt and throw leaves on him. I remember the worst was I was either Mrs. Blanche or Mr. McGlashan. You would go up to the class to throw something away in the bin. Someone would shoot you, and you would just be stuck there. You would be stuck in front of the class, and you'd be like, I remember it started with Duncan Cunningham. I shot him, and he's like, man, I can't go. I have to stay here. And then he was trying to explain, and then someone walked up, took it out of his hand, and then he went and sat down. And then she's like, no, we're playing this game, we cannot. And then somehow, I got caught up there. And I was like, it's over. I have to stand here. And then, yeah, I think we all got kicked out. She left crying. Oh,
Not
it
just
must have
there.
been so hard to teach us. Must have been so hard.
I think I saw you get caught with that thing like twice. Once it was once the Lord was there. I think I was just like walking by, and you were like, and like you called me over, and you're like, is there like something on my neck? Like, no, why? He said like there's a thing. I'm like, next. So I stand there for a minute, and next thing they're putting like undoing your shirt, like putting in leaves and shit. I'm just.
Oh damn, son.
Oh, it gets better because it happened in class too. Like they put your tie around your head, they like unbutton your shirt, and you were just like, you looked to be sitting in the most uncomfortable position. You were just like sitting like this, and you weren't moving. And you know what really gets me about those two instances? I got that shit on camera. I
really?
Genuinely have
Do you
that.
still have it?
Like, not on this phone. But
Oh,
like,
dude, I want you to send it to me. Because I have the video of which happened to Tristan in class, and Ethan just started drawing dicks on his head.
I never understood that. That just
Remember how many dicks there used to be around Northwood? Just drawn. Just drawn everywhere.
I was genuinely curious, like, just how many closeted homosexuals do we have around here with all these dicks? Just, and people say Northwood was homophobic. I mean, we were, but come on. Why am I saying were? They are. Probably still are.
Okay, I'm getting a bit hot.
Yeah.
But thank you. It's very warm. I can confirm it's very warm.
Welcome. Remember that. Don't like ditch it here for fucking out of the garbage man to come get.
No, I won't. I'm tired of myself, so I definitely remember.
Yeah. You got big.
Today Wednesday.
Yes, today is Wednesday. Are you alright?
Yes, are you alright?
You've asked me that twice now. Is today Wednesday?
Oh damn. No, because I'm trying to plan like what I can do tonight. Because I'm on holiday. That's what it feels like. So I need to fill my days with stuff. I don't like doing nothing. Because I feel like a useless piece of shit. And then I also feel like it's easy to fall into the trap of doing nothing.
Yeah.
It almost becomes comfortable, especially with fucking phones and YouTube. What's your biggest social media?
Definitely YouTube.
Same. Definitely YouTube for me as well. YouTube, number one. WhatsApp, number two. And then probably like Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, TikTok.
You're on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I don't post. I just watch. The only reason I go on Twitter is for UFC and like comedians to see if while the podcast hasn't been released, I'm like, why hasn't it been released? And I go on Twitter and I'm like, it's gonna be late. Like there was one late last night and I was so mad because it was my favorite one of the whole week. Second favorite. One of my favorites. He's a comedian that just says everything.
Does this comedian have a name?
Andrew Schulze.
What is it with this guy, man? I keep hearing his name pop up, but like whenever I ask a white guy, like, hey man, who's your favorite comedian? And they always like Andrew Jones. Just
Because they've probably seen his clips on Instagram with him like doing crowd work. So he speaks to a crowd and then he just because he says anything. But I don't like his comedy that much. I like his podcasts more because he admits he's Hippocrates. So he admits that he
Hypocrite.
yeah, and he can change his mind.
Okay. Hippocrates is the Greek dude.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. Okay.
Which sounds cool. I don't want to call him a hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah. Just comedians and shit. Let me ask you something. Other than Andrew Schultz, like, what comedian do you honestly like look back and say like, oh, I love all of this shit? Like, he's just.
Oh damn, that's a good question. I would have to. It would be. I love all of Theo Vaughn.
All right.
No, definitely Theo Vaughn. In the beginning, I didn't like Brendan Schaub. He. Bobby Lee.
Okay.
He's amazing as well. He's like stupid funny. Like he'll make fun of the comedian.
Alright.
Bill Burr.
Yeah, he's definitely funny.
Bill Burr definitely. And then some British comedians. Rob Beckett.
Alright. You know Ricky Gervais?
Ricky Gervais. I like his shows he's made. I don't know if you've seen the bunny one.
No, I haven't seen that.
It's basically like a parody on what happens to test rabbits.
Alright.
And like what's that? Like Conan. I also love Conan. He's the one and the only funny talk show host comedian. All
Conan
other ones
O'Brien.
are washed.
It was. I get Conan O'Brien, but like I saw him he was in the video game Death Stranding, and it was like, why are you here? I mean, I'm not mad that you're here, but like, why are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. Which is weird because he doesn't like video games. It's like, okay, you don't like video games,
plays
but
them.
yeah, just
ah, jeez. You say he puts those other guys to watch. Like, not a fan of the various Jimmys, like Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon.
No. Maybe the one guy I would have like a little bit of time for is James Corden. Just a little bit. Out of all of them, just a little bit more. But otherwise it's Conan, that's the only one. I cannot think of any other one. Stephen Colbert, the worst. And you know he won an Emmy. I don't know if you've watched his show. It's the worst show I've ever watched. No, but
bored.
recent times as well. Because I wanted to check it out like during lockdown.
Yeah.
It was the worst show I've ever watched my whole life.
Yeah.
It was just so not funny. And he won an Emmy. I was so glad Conan went up there. Did you see? So he wins an Emmy, Conan went up there as well. And it was just like cheering and like, we won. It was so funny. He saved them.
Yeah, I don't really follow the Emmys, man. It's like TV mostly, but
That's the only thing I know about the Emmys.
Yeah.
That's just the only thing.
I saw the only time I like really paid attention to the Stephen Colbert show was when Zack Snyder was on, and he was doing like the dark and gritty version of Stephen Colbert, because like that's like Zack Snyder's shtick. All his movies are either dark and gritty, have like really muscular characters, and there's a lot of slow mo, like Army of the Dead, Batman vs Superman.
Yeah.
Like, and that was generally the only reason I watched the entire show, because like Zack Snyder is surprisingly a really funny dude, but just like sitting there and shit, like he goaded him into saying, he's like, well, suck it, Warner Brothers, and he's like, well, I wouldn't put it like that, but yeah, totally, suck it, Warner Brothers, because just, they really shot themselves in the foot when it came to dealing with that guy, because he's actually a really good director and all that. He recently did this movie, Army of the Dead, with Dave Bautista, and it was one of Netflix's most viewed movies in like its opening weekend. It turns out he initially pitched that to Warner Brothers, like, hey, you know, how about we do this like zombie movie? Like Dave Bautista really wants to get on with it. It's just, yeah.
It's so weird that Dave Bautista is an actor
Acting.
now.
Yeah.
But it's so weird, like how the biggest stars in WWE become the biggest stars in Hollywood.
Yeah. No, really. I mean, there's not much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's literally
Honestly, yeah.
yeah, true. It's 2, 3.
But with I'm still like amazed how like Dwayne Johnson went from like The Rock to the highest paid actor in Hollywood. I mean, that's huge.
But I just feel like whatever they did, they would have been amazing at.
Yeah. Because he's got that drive, you know. He's just like it's not just acting. He also has like this Terramana thing he's doing, and he's got Under Armour and like
Yeah.
the shoe brands. And dude's like a busy guy. He's got a show. He's got a show, like his own show about like his life. It's set at like 3 different time periods: when he was a kid, when he was a teenager, and in the future when he's running for president. Like obviously, like that part's fiction, but like still fun to watch. I have no idea what it's called. But hey,
What'd you say?
I have no idea what it's called, but hey, I'm definitely gonna look into it.
Yeah.
They actually asked Batista a while back in an interview, like, now that the Rock and John Cena have joined the Fast and Furious franchise, would you be interested in doing a Fast and Furious movie? And he was like, no, like that would be like the stupidest thing ever. Just
And just an overload.
the weirdest thing I heard about like the Fast and Furious movie was something Vin Diesel said. He said he was meditating, and like John Cena walked into the room, and like the moment he walked in, he said he felt the presence of Paul Walker. Like, just
Oh my word.
really,
Vin Diesel.
you've seen F9. I mean, you watch the Fast movies.
I've seen up to 4. Literally up to 4.
Yeah. Oh, it gets crazy after that. Just let me tell you.
Yeah, when I saw the trailers, I was like, I've seen the movie. I don't need to watch anymore.
There are trailers like that where you can like watch trailer and be like, oh well, yes, I've seen the movie now.
Yeah.
One example would be Batman vs. Superman. I don't know if you've seen it, but like Batman vs. Superman, like that
I did watch
trailer gave away everything.
Yeah.
Wonder
I don't watch
Woman
trailers though,
shit,
so
yeah.
I've never watched it.
I never did get your thought. Like you say, you watch BVS. What do you think about the Martha scene? The save
What
Martha.
did I watch?
Batman vs. Superman. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a scene where Batman has Superman pinned to the ground, and he's about to like stab him with the spear, and he's like, "You save Martha."
I hated that. I hated that video. That movie. It was the worst movie. One of the worst movies I watched.
Right.
I did the first one. I don't know if there's a new one, but the one where he throws that spear away, I hated that movie. Superman can obviously fuck him up. There's so many things. It doesn't make sense, you know.
Yeah.
But it was good in a way where they kind of made sense for Kryptonite, but yeah.
Yeah. Because it's the only way it would work.
Yeah.
In a real fight, like a proper one-on-one no kryptonite fight, this fight wouldn't last 10 minutes. It would just be like, oh well, it was over.
But that's why it's from the movies. That's why it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
Let's make it last.
You've seen the Snyder Cut?
No.
Yeah, you should. It's good. It's actually really good. I mean, it's 4 hours long, but it's really good. It doesn't feel 4 hours long, like Avengers Endgame. That movie was 3 hours long, and it didn't feel 3 hours long. It had several like epic moments in it, though. Jesus. You keep in touch with a lot of dudes from high school?
Yeah. Ask about who, and I'll say yes or no.
Jordan Moody?
Yes, it's his birthday today. You want to phone him? You want to send him a voice note? Wish him happy birthday.
Sure, why not?
His name is Captain Slow on my phone.
Captain what?
Captain Slow. Yo, Jordan, just want to wish you happy birthday again. And there's someone else here that wants to wish you a very good birthday.
Hi, Jordan Eady. This is Led Piani here from high school. Hey, you know, the guy everyone thought talked in slow motion. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, man. See ya.
Oh, fire.
Kind of put me on the spot, so I had to think of
Oh,
something.
no, that's perfect, dude. That's perfect.
You ever think that I take weed?
No, I know you don't, but one could deduce
past,
it. One could deduce it. I never thought you did. I mean, I'd be like, no, you're not.
But why though? I genuinely wonder why people think that. I don't get it.
Why you take weed?
Why do they think I take weed?
Because you
Seriously.
slow paced,
Slow paced.
but you're not slow paced. The thing is, it's more like, how do I explain it?
I'm finding this very hard to follow. Slow, but not slow.
No, it's like, so say when you're speaking,
Yeah.
like most people when they're saying a word, let's say they say the one word, and the word, when you say it, it takes them about 2 seconds. For you, it's 2.5, but it's not you saying the word, it's just the ending of the word, just following
Drags.
on. But that's why it's cool, is it's more impactful when you say something though.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
I do get it. Very dry. It's just I don't speak very fast. It's like I actively. It's like I don't know how I can explain it better, but like there are times when, well, if I'm not feeling the conversation, or if I just don't feel like putting forth any energy, like it goes into everything, whether it's movement or talking or whatever. Just
Yeah.
yeah,
You got to get the vibe from someone. Like, there's some people that drain you, and there's some people that give you energy. And it's always nice to be around those people that give you energy. But even with you giving them energy, you can't be around them all the time. Like,
Yeah.
you need that social recharge. But then there's some people where you can only spend like 10 minutes with, and you're like,
I need to go.
shoot me in the chin. Like, this is enough. I cannot do it anymore.
Those great and
Who
small
are
doses.
people like that for you?
I,
Sorry to put you on the spot right
I
there.
try to
Let's hope you
distance myself as much as I can from those people. Like just like if I can't stand being with this person for 10 minutes, it's just like I gauge that by not by talking but by silence. Like just like
Okay, what is one of the major characteristics?
one of the major characteristics of someone I can't stand.
Yeah.
Someone who talks a lot. Like just doesn't give you a chance to like say anything.
Bad listener.
Yes. They ask and answer their own questions. It's just like
Yeah.
yeah.
Have you done any podcasts with those people? You don't have to say their names. You just have to say yes or no.
I haven't done any podcasts with those people, but like one person I did encounter like a lot, but he would like cut me off very often. They would definitely. You remember Rashawn? Yes. He would cut-
Rashawn.
Thank God, it's not just me. He would cut me off a while.
Rashawn.
Yeah,
Who?
white dude, brown hair, surfs.
Oh,
Had a
Rashawn.
fire
What's his
girlfriend that
surname?
everybody wanted to bang.
Hato.
No, for real. He had a hot girlfriend that everybody wanted to bang. It's kind of ironic because the only person who wasn't banging her was him. And just yeah. You seem to be having trouble placing the name, so I had to like
Rashawn
give
van
it.
Reenen. Yes.
Yes.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh, my word.
I heard that she dumped him like twice or something, but like, cause I remember like him like talking about it, and like he said like, dude, you like dumped me twice. And I'm like, let me guess, you cried about it, huh? He's like fuck yeah, I cried like a puss, man. I cried for days about this shit. Like, we're back together now. It's cool. It's just.
Oh, shame. He really loved her. I'm glad they're back together. He's been gymming more. I've seen.
Yeah, he's
On
trying to.
challenge him to an arm wrestle. So, Sean, if you're listening,
I do want to see that.
let's the arm wrestle. I'll put you down 3 seconds. That's my challenge to you. Anyone that wants it. The only way I'm going to arm wrestle you is if you do this podcast.
It's like the thing I heard on Ted Lasso. Like Ted Lasso was talking to his coach, and he was like, damn, I just like, it would be like if you wrestled Michelle Obama, you know, something like, I wouldn't, it's like something you wouldn't be able to take your eyes off, because like Michelle Obama is strong.
Are you crazy? Michelle Obama will get what? Destroyed.
Have you seen Michelle Obama?
Are you...
The fuck?
Who? So who's wrestling Michelle Obama?
Like her and the coach from the thing. Like,
The coach. What?
Ted Lasso.
Who's the
Just-
coach? What's his name?
I can't remember the name of the team, but like it was this female coach on this.
Oh, so it's a female
overseas.
coach.
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm down to watch.
That's some sexist shit.
Then I'm-
Like, oh,
what do you
okay,
think?
it's a female
No,
coach.
no.
Now it's like
It's
just
not sexist when it's let's talk about it logically. Any guy versus any girl in a wrestling match, 95% of the time, the guy could probably win without going 100%.
man. Okay. Okay, now tell me the non-sexist version of that statement. Like, please, let's hear the rest of that shit. Cause that was sexist as fuck. Like, just
That was not sexist.
yes, Yes, it
I
was.
said 95%. I could have said 100%, but I'm accounting for a 5-year-old versus a 30-year-old. That's what I'm accounting for. That's the 5%. A child versus a woman. That's the only time where a girl could beat a guy. Okay, wait, maybe. Hold
You
on.
have a 95% chance of getting hit by a car if you stand in traffic. That doesn't make it any less likely. It's still.
No, but I'm not saying the parameters so small. It's anyone. Any guy.
Oh, jeez.
Except if the girl is trained in fighting. So she's a professional fighter. But even then,
So-
you take 1-2 hits, you grab on.
So bottom line, you're saying a girl could only win a fight with a dude, even if he's just Joe Citizen off the streets, if she has like specific training for
Yes.
this shit.
Yes.
So Ronda Rousey would get beat up by Joe Citizen off the street.
No,
Fucking-
she has training. So she would beat them. If they don't have training, then it's over.
So it's over. So freaking, like, so Michelle Obama would get the floor wiped with her if she went up against fucking Otto the Garbage Man or some shit. That's what you're saying.
100%. Now that you said a garbage man, think about what a garbage man is doing every day. Lifting heavy things, throwing. Lifting heavy things, throwing. You know how strong he is compared to Michelle Obama, who just has to walk there, give a speech and leave. You know how much stronger
garbage man.
He has like 50-40% more testosterone. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. But he has way more testosterone. His bones are thicker. It just doesn't make sense. But maybe she could get a good knee. She could get a good knee. Maybe for her boxing, she does a workout and her workout's a boxing workout. So she throws a good 2-piece, knocks
It's
him out.
garbage.
Yeah, but it's continuous. It's low resistance for a long period of time. It's like lifting 2 kgs for 4 hours. You're gonna get strong from it. Your muscles have to.
Your arms are gonna get sore doing that.
Exactly. So imagine you does it every day.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. I genuinely saw that in a movie with The Punisher. It's like, there's this guy who worked out, like, he's in really good shape, and he's, like, trapped under this rubble. He's got, like, an outstretched arm. And, like, the Punisher puts a mine in his hand. It must weigh, like, 3 or 4 kgs. It's nothing, right? But he, like, hooks it up so that it's tied to the ceiling and, like, a pin that goes on. If he drops it, it's gonna blow. So now he's gotta hold 5 kgs of weight like that. And he says, like, yeah, you try holding like that 5 kgs with an outstretched arm. It's a hell of a workout.
Yeah.
So he walks out of the building, goes all the way down, and like walks out. And next thing you hear is like this, no!
Damn, son.
That's a nothing weight, but holding onto it with an outstretched arm.
It's like in Survivor.
What, that island show? That's still a thing.
I don't know, but I remember the challenges there.
Yeah.
Were crazy.
Could you see yourself doing that shit? Living on that island for, what, like a month?
To be honest, I'm trying to think. I think I would be really good at it, to be honest.
You would.
I think I'd be really good.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm just.
No, you are. You're laughing
No,
at when I said I would be really good. The first thing you did, you just laughed. So
No,
I want that on record, okay?
That's not what I meant, man. Let's just.
Okay, explain yourself.
I'm just picturing this scenario, man. Like, just thinking, like, man, I'm thinking, man, I can barely go 2 days without showering. Imagine going like a week without that shit. Just living on some island somewhere with a bunch of strangers. It's just. Also, you have to do all these crazy challenges, and if you lose, you sit on like you stay on like the shitty island. But if you win, you go to like this really nice island and shit. Just and you can get voted off if people don't like you. Just
Exactly.
that I never. But when it was really, what really got me about that show was when they would have like, oh yeah, they would say all the votes and shit, and you'd find out, okay, this person has X amount of votes, this person has X amount of votes. Surprise! No one gets eliminated tonight. And like the guy's like, oh, all you fucking people wanted to get rid of me. Like just.
Yeah, they always like to play the drama higher than it is. But am I being too unfair by saying a woman will never win a fight?
Yes.
Wow.
If that were the case, then the UFC bantamweight division wouldn't be a thing. Women's boxing wouldn't be a thing. It's just.
No, but they were winning fights against other women. I'm saying against a guy.
It depends on the situation. Yes. if you pulled a random woman off the street and a random guy off the street, the chances are it won't go favorably because it's just an ordinary person going up against an ordinary person. Like, yeah, the way you phrased it made it sound hella sketchy.
Okay.
Just,
Well, no fact, no feelings, just facts.
no feelings.
Ben Shapiro always says. But I suppose if you get in a good headbutt, the girl could win.
Yeah,
It also depends on what she's fighting for. So say it's like a single guy, 45 years old, hasn't really done anything in his life, against like a 28-year-old mother of two. She's young, she's fighting for her kids. She will go out way harder.
Yeah.
Like if it's life or death,
Yeah.
then I would put my money on
It's
her.
like adrenaline and shit. Like
yeah.
one woman lifted like the woman who lifted a car off a baby.
Yeah. Like that drive is just different.
I remember Adam Sandler like joking about that shit in the movie. I don't know if you've seen I Now Pronounce You Chuck and Larry. There's a scene where they have to get this like fat guy. This guy is huge. Like he's like so big he hasn't left his bed in 5 years and they gotta get him out of this burning building. And like Kevin James is like, no, we can do this, you know, like the adrenaline, people lift cars. And Adam Sandler's like, yo, cars, but this guy's like a freaking minivan. Like just, oh shit.
When someone is dead weight, you know how hard it is to lift them.
Yes, absolutely. Dude get like, especially when they're like they out cold.
Yeah.
That sucks.
She's spelled on the surname Peane.
Yes. Why?
This guy wants to know. He asked me where I am. There's one guy I trained, and I said, I'm recording a podcast with you. And he said, who's the friend? And then I said your name. What time he wants to meet
That's
you.
nice. He thinks I'm his
Okay,
friend.
Captain Slow's typing.
Oh, he heard the message.
Sorry, on my phone. What'd you get?
Noodles.
Noodles.
Yes.
Tanhoi is the clutch. Like 9 o'clock, they'll be open and you can go get sushi. It's the best thing ever. Like when this place closes, or you leave this place and you want food, because the kitchen's closed at like 7:30.
Yeah. It's on.
He says, thank you, bro. Tell him I said thanks. What a legend.
That's nice.
Another podcast inbound. You know it.
Jordan is a nice guy. He had a sense of humor. Always took it in stride, you know.
Yeah, you can definitely say that about him. He's very... The only thing I wish I could for him, I wish he could get more freedom.
What do you mean?
His mom is very controlling on his life. I just wish he could get a little bit more freedom. It would do him so much good.
Like when you say a little more freedom, like what would you say you mean by that?
Make his own decisions. Like if he wants to do something, he will do something.
Within reason, of course. But
Yeah, I guess. Because probably right, because most times it's like she stops him from going to social events. Maybe in the bigger scheme of things, it might be better that he's not going out and drinking like
a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but like you can't just drive somewhere, you know.
Yeah. Well, you gotta like ask permission first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe they. But also, his brother still stays there. I don't know how old his brother is, but I know, like, I want to move out ASAP.
Why?
Well, I'm actually going to move my parents out.
You're gonna kick your parents out of their own place.
So I'm going to pay the mortgage,
For that? Oh.
and then they're going to go live somewhere where they can rent for the same amount of mortgages.
Alright. You're gonna, like, you and the girlfriend gonna live there in your lonesomes.
I don't know about the girlfriend yet, because I don't want to. I don't want to move in too soon, even though it would be the best person to move in with. I don't want to.
Want to make sure the relationship is solid
I
first.
know the relationship is solid. The only thing is, I don't want to like
Be
save the
presumptuous.
person. So if she moved in with me, I'd be saving her from the environment she's in now. Where I wouldn't run, like I need to be sure and confident that she's not gonna.
Bail on you.
No, not that. I know she would never. It's more like make wise decisions in terms of health, because I don't know. Like in the past, I don't know. It won't be like, can I trust her that she's not going to self-sabotage herself now that she has no like parent looking over her, forcing her to eat or forcing her to do this. But I honestly think that she will be fine. I honestly do think she wouldn't do that. It's just like you have to think about everything, and like biggest thing is like I know how I feel about her and I know how she feels about me, and you just gotta trust that feeling, and I do. And it's just you always want to make the best decision for them and the best decision for you. Like if you move in too quickly, it could ruin things. But if you feel like it's right, then it's right. But you also then got to put the pressure on yourself that you can't stay who you are. You can't. Okay, we're gonna move in now. This is who I am. You got to be like, oh yeah, we're gonna move in now. This is who I am. This is who I'm going to be. This is what I'm just gonna keep growing. I can't be the same person because you're gonna get bored. You're gonna get bored of me being the same person.
Yeah. You don't ever want to be in a relationship and come to the realization that, like, man, I'm still the same guy I was when I went in here. Just
Yeah. Exactly.
You really want to live with yourself, not by yourself, but like have your own space.
Yes. I have to.
Like that feeling of independence. Like
Yes.
I now have my own house. I pay my own bills. Just,
Yes.
but why though?
I want to force myself to struggle. I want the responsibility.
Okay. I don't know. Like go ask Luke Coleman or something. He'll tell you that shit.
Ask him right now.
Go ahead. I'm just gonna stop you.
I'm asking if he knows what powerful force
No, I just because I keep remembering that shit. Like, or like this is on par with what you do, or just like yeah. Like the one thing I would just hear people yell whenever golf was on was like, "Stay in the fairway, stay in the fairway," and they're talking to the ball. Just, jeez, what the hell is the fairway? What are you?
It's the quality.
Yeah. But I'm having serious trouble doing this.
Experience new environments,
Why not take a year off, travel?
Yeah, it's all well, but then you have to get the vaccine, and then you have to go through a lockdown, and then what if all the restaurants are locked down? It's difficult. Have you got the vaccine?
No, not yet.
Are you gonna get it?
Yes, fully
Which one?
intend
Do you
to.
know which one you're gonna get?
Anything but Pfizer.
Wow, what have you
I don't want
heard?
to go twice. Like, I'd rather
But
just
apparently it's more safe.
more safe.
Like if you get the one shot, it's 60%. If you get the two shots, it's like 92 or something, or 87. I'm completely guessing that.
Well, so are many people on TV. So, like, yeah, you're on par with them. So.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of jokes made about Pfizer and now. Like whenever someone makes like a mistake speaking, like, oh, you're on that Pfizer.
People make jokes out of the weirdest shit.
And
Like, just,
that's what's so interesting about humans, how the joke can only exist in that moment. And then it's gone.
yeah, man. There was a while back. There was this film made about like this coach. Like he was accused of like sexually harassing his players and shit. So one day, like not it was like late mid 2000s. So in the film, this guy was like walking like through like carrying his lunch and whatnot, and one of his mates quipped, "Hey, bro, you're walking kind of funny, man. You see the coach lately or something?" It just, oh Jesus, dude, that is some dark shit, man. I would never say that, but damn. Uh, I have to ask you though.
Yes.
No, Mr. Woods, the business
Yes.
teacher.
Yes.
What was the deal between you and him, man? Something tells me like y'all didn't like each other.
No. For me, it was how can I waste time? So I would just waste time because I hated lessons, which is not good to say out loud, but if I could just, make the lesson more fun where we didn't do work, that's what I would strive for. Like the time when I connected to his Bluetooth speaker and he didn't know. And I would just play music the whole time and he'd be like, "Oh no, it's the radio," and he would be so confused. It was the funniest thing.
So what was all that staring crap? Like just no one lesson. Like just I'm sitting there just doing. Everybody's just doing their thing. Like he was up there, explaining, and then he sits back down. Like 2 minutes later, he's like, Thomas, am I like wearing a wet T-shirt or something?" You said, "No." Why do you ask? He's like, "You've been staring at me for the last like 5 minutes." What happened?
I don't know.
What were you doing?
He probably offended me, to be honest.
It's not what you said, but okay.
What did I say?
I asked you, like, why were you staring at him? Like, you feeling for this dude or something? And you were like, "No, man, he was up front. He was explaining and shit." I had to look at him like, he sat down like a while ago, dude. I mean, why'd you keep staring at him? Is there something going on? Is this why he calls you Tom Ass? Like, just, what's going on here, bro? You just walked away
Right now,
after
you know what I
that.
feel right now?
Yeah.
I feel violated. I
What?
feel violated.
You said that too, man. I remember you saying that. You're like, "I feel violated." Like, just, it's a joke, man. But just,
I'm joking.
I am sorry that I made you
don't
feel
apologize.
violated.
Don't
Just,
apologize. I'm joking as well. Don't apologize. Double down. Always double down.
violated. I'll show you what violated means. Like,
No,
slide
please
over here, man. I'll just.
Please don't.
Oh shit. No, I just no. But one guy who's really good at dumping down is my friend Warwick. I remember like I spoke to him earlier today because I remember I was kind of bummed I wouldn't see you on Monday. Like, oh man, like whatever, and you said like, "No, it's cool. Like I'll make it up to you or whatnot." And I said that, like I told him you said that, and he was like, "Oh, he said he'd make it up to you." Like, okay, like just tell him like, "Hey, if you really want to make it up to me, like why don't you bend over for me?" Like, just-
I knew you were going there. No. I was like, doorstop.
I would never, dude. I want you to know personally, I would never say that to you, unless you were like.
No.
Okay.
Think it, you wouldn't say
I would.
I understand.
I would totally think that
understand.
because you are a handsome dude. Okay, you are. I
okay.
can see what she sees in you and all that.
Okay.
But I would never say that to you. Okay.
I appreciate that. I
Okay.
appreciate that.
Now that's cool.
But all I'm gonna say is it's not gonna stop me from being violated. I'm still gonna
Okay.
feel violated. I'm like, oh damn, I feel violated. It's like if someone just walks up to you, throws an elbow in your jaw.
Okay, that's assault, but still, dude, I would never say that to you. I just want you to know that, okay? You're my friend.
No, but you know what's
I
funny?
wouldn't-
It's the same thing we're talking about. You said it to me, and then straight after, you're like, I would never say it to you. So now we argue
In
about
that
something that happened.
context, we're arguing about something that didn't happen. Like, just. Oh, jeez. I would never just randomly be like, "Hey, man, if you really want to make it up to me, just like bend over."
No,
first."
now let's fun.
Yes.
So let's write that down.
Yes, let's just
Twice.
rub it out from the. Okay,
Say it to me twice.
I've said it twice now. But it is funny though. Yeah. What is up with us, man? Are we? Would you say we're warped as people that we kind of find this sort of thing funny?
I think everyone's warped. Some people just hide it better, and some people just don't admit it. No one's perfect. It's impossible to say, that's not so weird, like with cancel culture, of like willing to destroy someone's livelihood because of a mistake they made or what they've said. Like everyone says horrible things, but they don't mean.
Yeah.
And if it's taken out of context, then
Like that,
obviously it's gonna sound
that Kevin Hart thing about
the
like
tweets
like
that were like 15 years ago.
like he said like if his son came out to him as gay, he would smash a dollhouse over his head, like just.
That's funny. To me, I understand the joke. I understand he doesn't mean that, and in the time, it's a joke.
Yeah. I found that so funny when Dave Chappelle got in on that. He was like, well,
Dave
first of
Chappelle
all,
is so funny.
you'd have to buy this nigga a dollhouse in order to smash it over his head. So just, oh, dude, when you really think about it, this is actually quite funny. Like, just, I remember with the Jussie Smollett thing. Like he said he got attacked in the middle of the night. Like at like 2 a.m, he was going to buy a sandwich, and he got jumped by these two guys, like these two like MAGA hat wearing dude. Like this is MAGA country, and do you have a boner right now? What the?
No, I do not. But now,
What the man?
That caught me off guard that you just screamed that to the whole restaurant.
No one.
I would like to
gives
apologize to the restaurant for this very, very odd exclamation of
No one, literally no one. I think only one person like raised their head for a second.
no,
like, just,
everyone raised their head and they looked at me and I was like, sorry, alhamdulillah, sorry, humblest apologies.
I apologize for my black friends. Thank you. Just. That's basically what you were saying, man. Just excuse the black guy. Just. His corpse in here.
I wanted to go deep in, but I was like, nah, let me not just continue the joke because not yet, and we'll get there. We'll get to that stage.
Yeah, we're tight, but not that tight. Just.
No.
I forgot what I was saying. What were we saying? Before we. I generally forgot what I was saying. Crap. Prior to the boner, I forgot what I was saying. But just moving on. Being cancelled isn't really. Oh shit! Jussie Smollett. Yes. He was attacked by these two like MAGA hat wearing dudes. And it was this whole thing, like literally everybody who was like anti-Trump supporters just latched onto it. Like, see, this is what like happens with like Trump's America. People think they can get away with like attacking people, and you know this homophobic stuff happens and shit. And it later came out that he orchestrated the whole thing. And the dudes like he has to jump him weren't two white guys. They were these two Nigerian guys. So not only were they not white, but they were very, very black.
Yeah.
And it just puts the whole thing just became
Like
funny as fuck. Dude, the whole thing just became 10 times funnier because now I'm just picturing these like two Nigerians because it's like, this is MAGA country. You. Oh my god. Oh, dude. Oh, shit. Oh, that's true. Comedy is subjective, man. Like, there's definitely some shit out there that is offensive, but like, there are things that we find funny that someone person like, that's too far, or, like that's sexist, or that's, I don't know, whatever. You ever hear about the Logan Paul and what's this? I don't know if it's Logan Paul or Jake Paul, but one of the Paul brothers wants to fight Conor McGregor.
Jake was a boxer. And he's on a winning streak.
Didn't he fight
But Logan Paul fought Floyd Mayweather and beat him. Technically.
win by technicality isn't really what I consider a win.
No, but if you a YouTuber and you box the world's greatest boxer and you don't lose, and you don't get knocked out, that's like a win in my books.
Yeah, you just survived, man. That's big.
For me, advanced.
Speaking of like, can you really call that a win? You know what happened with Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier? Where dude busted his leg during the fight. Can you really call that a win for Poirier? That's
Absolutely.
That's not a win.
Poirier destroyed him.
He didn't cause that
broke-
injury. That just
Yes, he did.
dude was injured going into the fight. It's not really.
Okay, I understand that. He still fucked him up in every level. He was winning the round. Even if he
One
made.
round, man. You can't judge a whole fight on one round.
Okay, fine, whatever. But
Nobody
Conor shouldn't
won.
fight him again because he'll get destroyed.
If that was the case, then we wouldn't have McGregor and Diaz going at it like 3 times, man. Like that's what I'm saying. You can't judge by one
The money
encounter.
fight is McGregor and Diaz. Money fight is McGregor and Diaz. All the way. That's the biggest fight. And then maybe McGregor, Jake Paul would probably be a big fight as well.
I mean,
It would be huge. Because everyone would think McGregor would win, and then Jake Paul would win.
a little bit fair. That's what people thought when he fought Mayweather and shit. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, I was just half expecting him to be like, "Fuck this" and start kicking people or something. And just make the fight interesting.
It was a boxing match. You have to respect the rules of boxing.
I remember we asked Mr. Bragan what he thought about that, and he's like, "Total waste of a Sunday morning. Just the man give no fucks. He would just flat out tell you what he
Floyd
thought."
absolutely beat him.
But I just hate that the fight ended due to referee stoppage.
No.
Yeah. I'm growing concerned right about what's that? The third bottle?
You going concerned?
Yes.
Why?
I think you might have to admit that you have a drinking problem. I'm like, fuck, dude, just chugged 3 big old calling black labels.
You told Jared this.
Jared,
Campbell, do you remember?
why would I tell him that?
Please tell him because he agrees. He thinks the same thing. Okay.
Good morning, Jared Campbell. This is Leto Piane from Northwood High School. I'm sitting here with Tom King, and I am genuinely concerned that this man has a drinking problem. I think we should, like, organize an intervention or something, you know? Get back to me when you hear this, you know?
That was perfect. Because he literally said to me the other day, he was like, I literally think you have a drinking problem. And I was like, I don't. What are you talking about? And now you saying this, it's just so funny to me.
It must mean something. Must mean something that there's other people in your life saying, like, this might be a problem.
Yeah, the only problem is, I know when I drink, I always drink a lot. That's the problem. I never just have one, you know?
Nobody just has one. It's kind of the thing. Like, just,
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's a bad drug. And it is a drug.
terrible. At least you're not smoking. I don't. Yeah, let me just. That's better. At least you're not smoking. Just was kind of thinking like the last time we spoke, you had weed. Now it's alcohol. Like next time it'll be like a vape or something. I'm just.
I actually have a vape at home which I forgot to bring.
Fuck you. Just
Which is very upsetting.
that hipster shit, man. Like just to smoke it. Like if you're gonna smoke, like just smoke. Don't
No,
steam
the
the
smell of cigarettes is worse. You can just vape and then you can go anywhere. Like I can vape and I can go coach and they're not gonna smell the nicotine on me.
He still has that tooth thing. You know that one like tooth of his that's like what's going on here?
You wanna watch this?
Yes, I do.
I have no idea what he's saying. This was last week Wednesday. I posted this video. It's at my house.
Yeah. I genuinely did that when we were at Origin. I legit remember standing on a speaker and fucking losing it and shit. It is... I don't know why people like going to nightclubs so much. Going to nightclub is fun, but it's a totally different experience when you go there sober. It's just like,
Yeah, I agree.
The best description I can give is like, I think Chris Rock said it best. It's like a nation of zombies, basically. Just, dude, am I in the right place? Like, is this what people like hype up, man? But like, once like a good DJ comes on and everyone has like a sufficient amount of liquor in their system, that's when like they come alive. Speaking of zombies, there's this scene in Army of the Dead where, like, you probably won't watch it anyway, so it's okay if I can spoil this. Like, Batista dies, like he's laying there dying, and like he slowly begins to turn, and his like daughter has to put him down, and the song "Zombie" by the Cranberries plays. See, initially I thought, oh, okay, the song is called "Zombie," a movie about zombies, it fits. Then I realized how insensitive it was, the fact that this song was playing, because, yes, the song is called Zombie, but it's actually about, like, this IRA bombing that led to the death of, like, several school children, and it's playing in this movie where, like, the US government wants to bomb a major city because of a zombie infestation. Fuck everyone who lives there. It's just like, ooh, kind of puts the scene in a whole new light now. Just...
Yeah.
Our history is fucked. Not our history, but like, I mean, our history too, but history is fucked. I remember this song from Shrek.
I recently watched all three Shreks.
That's 4 Shrek movies.
I haven't watched the fourth one.
Okay. But no, man, like, you even said I mustn't apologize anymore, so I'm not going to. But still, though, the fact that you had a boner while you were having a conversation with me, it's so touching. Thank you. It's good to know that you find me, like, you think of me in that way. But this is neither the time or the place for that.
That's what I'm saying. People always think I do and I don't. That's what's irritating.
So it's just like that.
It's just like that, and it's the most irritating thing because the only way there's no way to prove it. There's no way to prove it, and I don't want any way that you can prove it. I don't want to be involved in it. I just know it's not. I just know it's not, and it's just irritating. Like you're misreading it all, and it's just
and you don't want
all the time.
You want to avoid the inevitable "I'll show you mine if you show me yours" conversation.
It's not inevitable.
Oh shit.
Okay, let's bounce my girlfriend's now.
Oh shit. And that was that. Shit. Final thoughts, man. As he chugs down what's left of that beer. Yeah.
It's a recording. My final thoughts. I want Leto. What's your podcast called? The Experience. S&W Experience.
S&W Experience podcast, yeah.
I want the S&W Experience to become recognized at brands that have power. Recognized by brands that have power. Yes. Because it's going to become a great thing and it's going to become attached to brands where they want brand deals. That's my plan. That's not my plan. That's my wishful thinking. That's my ideas. I want it to happen. My wishes. That's what I want it to happen. It's not wishful thinking. I take it all back. It's gonna happen.
Well, that's
That's my final thoughts.
some.
And if he needs a co-host, I'm right here.
Yeah.
Thomas King. That's me. I'm right here. As long as he doesn't be inappropriate, like you maybe heard earlier, then I'm right here.
Well, those are some insightful final thoughts, man. It's been great having you. And as always, people, remember, you can't make dill bread without dildo.